grandfathers had real estate. Even if they built a hut, that was the technology that was available then. How are we more advanced, more educated, and now despising the rudiments, the basics, which is financial planning? Our grandfathers saved. Our mothers saved. They will go to the market, they will put something in their purse by the side. They were saving. There was no bank. Now you have bank, you are not saving. You know, it's just amazing, right? How we have evolved, right? We have evolved more tech-wise, but I think we have evolved the basic principles of financial living. I don't think we are practicing that. A lot of people, your upkeep will soon be your downfall. Right? If that's what you are spending and living on, right? You don't live to eat. You don't live to eat. You eat to live. So there's also like 3 square meal. The 3 is not even a square. Food is necessary for you to be healthy and for you to perform more important things with your life. Not that you are doing everything with your life just because you want to eat. You know, so these are some of the things that I just like to share before I go into the proper meat of the matter. Landey is still on, and I'm really excited about what we have provided for people. My job is to provide opportunities. Our organization's job is to provide opportunities. It is not my job to take them. It is not my job to take them. I thank God for the fact that we are not a signpost company. We are not a signpost is something that stands in the way and just shows you Orogun Shoki, just shows you Ibejuleki, shows you those places. It's not going there. You will never leave that position. That's not what we will do. So if we have provided varieties of options, if we have gone to different states, to making sure that we provide genuine opportunities for people to take advantage of, even at 0 naira, and people decide not to take advantage of that. That's not my business. My own business is to provide them and to continually make sure that we change the narratives that Nigerians have. So you are welcome to tonight's broadcast. I want to share something before I go into product. The products are almost done now. I hope you have been checking them daily. I think they added new products today also. So you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. As soon as the products start getting sold out, it will start getting removed from the portal. So make sure that you are checking it every day. I've done my own job, and it's important for you to do your own job. Now, I want to talk about a few things that will help us today, especially those of us that have subscribed and you want to tell your friends and families about this opportunity. Listen, I don't know. I hope that we do this again, and I hope that we'll do it soon. Rexpo is in December. There won't be financing in Rexpo. Financing is now strictly for Landey. So I don't know. I mean, because we're having to discuss with finance houses so that we can be able to provide a creative mortgage solution for Nigerians. We cannot adopt the same template that the Western worlds are adopting in terms of providing facilities when it comes to home ownership and real estate. Right? I mean, the way they are even offering me facilities in the UK, you would think I'm a UK citizen. You know, so it is amazing what an organized society, what a credit system can do. I mean, you're not even meant to be living on cash. Even if you have the cash, it will pay you if you are there to even pay through the credit system and keep your cash and be paying off your credits and be increasing your credit score. But here, you borrow money from PAMPay, you cannot even pay PAMPay. How do you, they'll start calling me, hello, Femi borrowed money. Who is Femi? I don't even know Femi. You will now put somebody's number as, you know, how do you create a credit system like that? Right? If you are even having issues paying what they call it, just little loans in due time, right? So we have a lot of integrity issues, not just among the real estate companies, among real estate investors, Nigerians themselves, right? Many people don't even have integrity, right? Integrity is not what you do when people are seeing you, it's what you are doing behind the scene, right? So that's really who the person is, right? So we now decided to create a creative system where we can still provide financing despite lack of information, lack of data, as regards the ability of these people to pay back when it's time, right? So what have we done? The lands that are on Landey, that are on mortgage, that are on financing, that have been financed by organizations, very, very good lands. Very, very good lands, right? Very, very good. However, we created a system where it is up to you to decide whether you want the land or not. So we are going to give it to you, financed, right? You can start doing whatever you want to do. If you are doing build, you make an initial deposit contribution. We'll finance it. You will start building, right? And you have a period of time to pay for the land back. However, the TNC is that if you are not able to finish payment within that period of time, you will sell the property and pay us our money, and everybody goes their separate ways. Right? That's for build. For zero, there's a race angle, there's a committed angle. Right? Because we cannot adopt the Western system, we have to create our own system. So that's why you have the race. That's why you're in a race. Ordinarily, we would have left it alone. But if you leave it alone like that, many of you will just apply for the mortgage, be farming on it for maybe 3 years or 4 years or whatever it is you want to do, and you will not pay. That's why you are in a race. Do you understand? And for those who are committed, initial contribution is required. Then you can start even building if you want to build or whatever it is that you want to do. All these are available. And I mean, I feel like we should even have more people who are taking advantage of this opportunity. Well, anyways, I'm so happy for the first set of people, because by the time we start doing allocation, I will tell you I told you so, right? And that opportunity is gone. You have absolutely no idea how much it will become next year. I shared a practical example. One of the reasons why we are able to talk the way we are talking now is because I'm not talking from other people's experience. I'm talking from my own personal experience. We were in Gwagwalada some days ago, Abuja, and this is several acres of land. I remember, I don't know if this woman will remember me, Mrs. Muna Chiso. We came to Top Radio in 2016. She was one of the winners of one of our giveaway. She was a subscriber of a piece of land in Gwagwalada at that time. She bought 2 plots for 750,000. And that estate already had C of O. As of 2019, we're listing 1 plot on Naira Land. I remember Naira Land was still very big then. A lot of people advertised there. So we put out a post there, and it's still online. You can go and check it there. 600,000. If you are paying for 12 months, 660,000. 1 plot, 450 square meter. Today, 7.5 million, my brother and my sister. Without begging. It's not even by force. They're not even negotiating it. 7.5 with C of O, with FCDA approval. Now, back then, we were praying to sell. I mean, a lot of people didn't buy because most of the people that we knew were in Lagos. No office in Abuja. No need, in fact, there's even absolutely no need for office in Abuja. You know, thankfully they did not buy. Thank God that they didn't buy. Today, that location, what 1 plot will buy today, the price, do the maths now, please. 600,000, 7.5 million. Look at the progression. There's absolutely, I want you to tell me, apart from maybe business, if you are the CEO and the co-founder, absolutely no investment that can give you that kind of multiplication, that kind of exponential growth. This is not taste by moonlight. This is practical situation. This is what is literally happened, right? And there are acres of land there. I'm so happy for her. I mean, I don't know where she is now, but we still have her contacts, right? Back then, I was still selling for people, right? I mean, and she bought 2016. Today, 7.5. I wish she bought more. This is one of the reasons why I tell you to buy fast. If you can buy fast. Those of you that have resources now and you are wasting it, no problem. Time will tell. Imagine that she bought vast, right? 6 plots, 600,000 naira, 750,000 naira. She bought 2. That means she will buy 6 at 2.25 million. 1 plot now is 7.5 million. That means 6 plot is now what? 48 thereabout million. What is enough for the wise? Today, I want to talk about those of you that want to refer people. I'm going to be showing you how you can do that on your portal. I think that you should. And for those of you that are working in an organization, I think you should talk to your bosses. This can be a very good compensation for you guys, for a staff bonus, as the case may be. I really don't know, but you guys can work it out. There are varieties of products online on the portal. I think it's well over 100 products right now. Right, so there should be something for you. There should be something for you. I want to talk small about understanding real estate, because what you don't understand, you won't appreciate it. You won't appreciate. So I can talk from now to tomorrow, and a lot of people will still not appreciate, because they don't understand how really powerful it is, right? So I want you guys to tell me one location that you ever knew that reduced in value. One location that you ever knew that reduced in value. Please type it on the chat box. We have till 9 o'clock to type it. So let me continue my class. You see, when you buy pizza, when you buy a box of pizza, maybe the largest one, if you buy the Bonias, they have triple decker, whatever it is. If you buy the Domino's, they have the chairman size. So they slice it into. I wish I had the pizza here, sir. They slice it into 8 pieces or 9 pieces or 12 pieces. Now, in a population size where there are only 2 people in the room, each person will have 6 slices, right? Depending on how selfish each one of they will share 12. Let's say they have 6 each. If it's a size of 12, right? In a population of 6 people, each person will have 2. You see that the ratio is reducing from one person having 6, because now those 2 people now gave birth to 4 children. They are now 6. That same box of pizza is now giving each person 2. Those children gave birth to grandchildren, right? Let's say 4. They are now 10, or let's say they give birth 6. They're now 12. So each person will now have one piece, right? Now, what do you think will happen when the other ones give birth, or when there's more population? There will be more population. There will be more people to eat a small piece of pizza. So from one person taking 6 slices, to one person taking 2 slices, to one person taking 1 slice, to people start taking crumbs. Start taking crumbs, right? When God created heaven and earth, the land mass was massive. There was just Adam and Eve. In fact, Adam, I think, was the richest man ever that did not know how wealthy he was, because I mean, the entire real estate was yours. But how do you control that entire real estate? There's no way. Today, we have a lot of people and just the same land mass. They are not creating land again. So the cost of that small piece that you own is everly going to be in demand, everly going to be appreciating, especially when you buy the right locations. Do you understand? So I understand that there are several investment vehicles. There are several things that people do to make money, especially legitimately. I don't support not illegitimate, but several things to make money legitimately, but things that you can do to retain money, especially when you are just growing, when you don't have too much things to risk, is real estate. If you have variety of options, you can now start doing volatility, all those things. There are another major point I want to, and this might be controversial, it's up to you, but it's my opinion, and I agree with it, is that the owner of the land determines the fate of the land. You most likely will be Muslim if you're in Afghanistan. You most likely will be Jewish if you're in Palestine or if you're in Israel. Another point is there are 3 kinds of lords. The God that you are serving is your Lord, if you are serving anyone. The judge in the courtroom is Lord. That's my Lord. And your landlord is your Lord. Another point is that with or without your efforts, real estate appreciates. With or without your efforts. Especially when you buy right. Especially when you understand real estate indicators. I'm not talking about people that are not buying right though. Some people just buy emotionally. Some people buy without information. So I want us to understand all these things and know that, okay, in the next few years, what is it that I can hold? That I'm guaranteed that I can hold now. That in 10 years' time, in 15 years' time, in 20 years' time, I can say, okay, I've made the right decision. Business is a very, very good tool of wealth creation. I support it 100%. But several factors can affect a business. So if you are buying shares, if you are owning companies, it's a very smart move. But understand portfolio management. Understand portfolio management, not that you put all your eggs in plow back profits, plowing back profit to a particular business, or keep buying shares without buying real estate to balance it out. You must have shock absorber to volatility. The biggest shock absorber ever is real estate. So there are different people that lost money during CBEX. People that had real estate lost money. People that did not have real estate lost money. Guess who is crying? Guess the people that are crying? People that don't have any backup. So I'd rather you guys become an example, not a lesson. It's not by force to buy you, but I will encourage you to buy. That's my own advice. I will go back to products explanation today. I think a few products have been uploaded. And starting from tomorrow now, each of those products that you are seeing will start having their pictures uploaded so that you can also get to have a virtual inspection of some of the locations that you are seeing, right? So that is also in the plan. We showed you that at the beginning of the Landey, but a lot of products have been uploaded and it's very heavy. So we want to make sure that everything is done orderly. So very soon, all the locations you start getting to see pictures. Some of them we have been there. You will see pictures of us live on site, right? And some of them you will see pictures of other people on site. So we are really excited about what we have provided, but I think that more often than not, we just need to allow people to see opportunities, not to force them to take advantage of it. For people that want to refer people and that want to make sales, there's what they call the 10% principle. So I want you guys to know that. And this is also applies to every business person. In this life, not everybody, a lot of people will hear things, but only a few people will take advantage of it, right? So, or maybe I should not talk about that. Let me talk about the products. Let's forget all those long story. All right. So if you log into your dashboard, I want to believe everybody here has an account with Cash Gain City now for you to be able to subscribe to the Landey products. So if you have an account with Cash Gain City, once you log into your account, this is what you're going to see, right? And you'll be able to look at all the products by clicking on Invest Now, whether on your phone or on your laptop, on your iPad, or you can come to Marketplace. Either of them takes you to where you can be able to shop for your desired landed property. Now, here in this marketplace, we sell a lot of things actually, but all through the month of May, we have dedicated it into land because let me tell you the truth. Land is where the money is. Land is where the money is. You can build whatever structure that you like. Once the next person buys it, it doesn't like the structure, he pulls it down. What is he really buying? It's buying the piece of real estate where that other real estate is. Land is tripartite. Everything that's under the land is yours. Everything that is on the land is everything that's above the land is yours. So that's why we're talking about when we talk about plot of land. There's not like a plot of land. A piece of land is a measurable space, right? There's not like a full plot. That's people that are talking out of fear or ignorance. In different states of Nigeria, you have different sizes. In the north, they do more of 450 or 900 square meters, same thing as the east, 465 square meter. South or southwest, people do 600 square meter, 300 square meter, whatever square meter that you call it. But make sure that you know that you have a piece of land that you can maximize. Even with 150 square meters, you can build something good. Whatever you cannot do on the ground, do in the air. Stop using bricklayer to build house. Get an architect. Let them maybe help you maximize the space. Do you understand? So let's go back to the top. So there's land, there's apartment, there's houses. In the next few months now, you'll be seeing what we want to do about the apartment mortgage, but that's in a few months' time. But this month is for land. So you just click on land. And like I've told you guys, like you all know, if you don't know, under this landing, we have 3 products based on the research we did and based on the classes of people that we have in the society today, right? So if you are in the low level of the financial class, there's the Landey Zero, which we have created with you in mind. Doesn't mean that other people cannot patronize it. In fact, more often than not, we see the rich people take advantage of the poor people's opportunities. That's what you see around. I mean, government will do low-cost housing. The rich people will buy all the units, poor people will buy and rent it. You know, so it's amazing, right? So, but that's what we did for people, those people in mind. Then we now have the Landey Build, right? This one is for those people that are maybe in the middle class, or those of you that want to be building and don't want to use all your monies to just buy land, right? Because if you use all your money to buy land, you don't have money to start building. And the cost of building, like you all know, is getting expensive on a daily basis. So why not use mortgage to pay for the land? Puts a ceiling to the price at which it can get as high as up to 9% annual interest rates, right? To avoid inflation. Because if you are buying it normally at the price, imagine that person that bought 2019, right? They bought Ladder at 600,000. Let's say you use Landey to buy it for 5 years mortgage. It means that as of 2024, you can still pay 600,000 naira times 9% compounded interest for 5 years, which highest would be maybe 800K or 1 million, while other people will not be paying 7 point something million, right? So it's very, very, very smart to take advantage of opportunities like that. So for Landey Zero, that's what's available for you. And for Landey Build, you can build, pay an initial deposit, and you can start building what you want to build. Then for Landey Vast, for people that, those of you that have the resources, that I actually think that is the best deal out of all of them. Because you are literally buying acres of land at the price that you probably buy 3 or 4 plots, right? So it's very, very smart. And we also featuring our other non-Landey products that you can check out to see if it's something that you want for yourself. So let's go one by one. Where did we stop for Landey Build? Maybe I should take it from the beginning here. Okay. Oh, I can see an interesting one here. Paradise Heritage. I think this was just uploaded to this. Let me talk about this one. Fenced and gated plots. So what do we have here? Landey Build. Paradise Heritage is an estate where every plot comes fully fenced and gated before allocation. No extra cost, no stress, secure, ready to build. The landmark, many of you should know this area, the command area, and you have the Alimosho local governments and all those areas are very close to Yanapaja, Egbedags. So it is all inclusive. The price is all inclusive. There's no other charges, and it is fenced plots with a mini gate in it. You can select how many plots you want. Those of you that want to start selecting how many units you want, you can start selecting how many you want. If you want a plot, 2 plots, 5 plots, whatever it is, and select the payment plan. So if you are paying outrightly, look at the discounts. Instead of paying 45 million or even 40 million, you are paying 37.5 and you get your first plot. No story, immediately. You can start building. You can deposit 12 million and pay 3 million naira monthly for 10 months. Then, or you can deposit 25 million and use 1 year mortgage. So this one only has 1 year land build mortgage. So if you deposit 25 million, you can start building, right? While we pay the 20 million for you, then you pay back after a year with the interest rate of 9%. So that's a very good deal for me, since it's a fenced and gated plot. In that axis, so it's very, very developed area. So you can do what you want with that information. There's 250 square meter also. If you don't want 500 square meter, it's going for 20 million. And you can view the property to see the deal that is there. Other ones, I don't want to waste so much time talking about it. I think we did K2 last time. Okay, so let me go to Landey 0 and see what we have since I've talked about Landey build, one of them. I've been expecting that many of you have been checking the products, and if you have questions on any of them, you can start letting me know now so that I can explain. The ones that you ask your account officer that they do not respond to you or they don't know, you can ask me here. But I want to believe everybody knows that in terms of the account officer. So if you have any questions on any products, let me know what you have in store. All right, so let's see this particular one. This is Paradise Frontiers. This is Shimawa, Lagos, Ogun State, Nigeria. Shimawa is in Ogun State, just very close to the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and also Christopher University. And so a few other universities there. There's also the RCCG University also in that area. So the cost is 8.5 million, but you can buy at 6.5 if you are paying outright, or you can pay 3 million deposit and 500K monthly for 8 months. That will make it 7 million. Or you can deposit 3 million and use the mortgage at 5%, or you can deposit 0 naira if you are doing Landey 0, the race version, and your mortgage will be 8.5 million and you pay at 9% interest after a year. Just 1 year available for that. You can read about the payment plan. So the payment plan, land, the cost covers land only. You can see the documentation fee here and development levy fee as of today here. So factor that in mind. And once you are done, just make sure that you upload your proof of payments. And once you upload your proof of payments, you submit. That's all. So let me go to Landey Vast before I wrap up for tonight. Okay, Landey Vast. Which location here? So there's Paradise Prime Ikola Lagbado. That's 3,000 square meter. That's 6 plots of 500 square meter. A plot there is 500 square meter. You have 6 of that going for 88 million instead of 108. If you are buying outright, that's a massive 20 million naira discount going off that. Let me see where I stopped for. Let me see where I stopped for Landey Vast. I think I did all these ones. I think I've done all these ones. Right? I've done all these ones. Okay, so there's Iwo Road here. Paradise Prime City. Those of you that are in Ibadan, there's Iwo Road apart from Moniya. So Iwo Road is also represented. It needs no introduction, right? If you don't know Iwo Road in Ibadan, where do you enter bus to Lagos? I remember when we used to enter bus from Ibadan to Lagos back then. There's one that used to take us straight to Ikotun. There's one that goes straight to Ojota. There's one that comes to Oshodi. So you just pick the one that you want. So Iwo Road is central, is the Oshodi of Ibadan, right? And you can get 3,000 square meter at Lagelu Iwo Road. The title is government allocation, one of the best titles you can get. See the landmarks in that area. So read them. And these are the estate futures. So the cost is land cost only. If you are buying developers plots, which is literally 1 acre and above, you have the liberty to be able to do your survey by yourself. You can do your survey by yourself if you want to, but you also factor in mind that you're going to be paying development levy. More often than not, one of the reasons why development levy is not usually stated is because of development levy is estate infrastructure, right? So if, for example, you have, let me even use that one to explain. If, for example, you have a 50-acre estate, 50-acre estate means 300 plots, right? 50 times 6, 300 plots. That means 300 possible subscribers if they are buying one plot each. Now, to develop that estate, you have just bought your plot of land. That's land cost. That's one of the reasons why I explained to you guys. That is land cost only for your own plot of piece of land. In that particular estate, you are not going to use helicopter and fly there. You will drive to your estate. The road, more often than not, is not done by the government. You have to have access to your plot. So road is part of it. If you are saying you want a fenced estate, with which money? Is it the cost of the land? No, you have to factor that in. If you're going to have water or electrification, That's what estate development levy is. So if they don't put it as now, that means they don't know the price. That's number one. Number two is that it requires a community to develop an estate. So if, for example, they have shared it among the 100 plots, that it will be 1 million naira per plot, right, to develop this asset as at today's price of the materials that will be used. That will be 100 million, right? If they put it there and they sell everybody to pay, maybe 20 people pay, that's only 20 million naira. It cannot do the bulk of the work. 80 people are still owing. By the time the 80 people are ready to pay, the price has gone up. The price of a pole of lights, the price of pumping machine, the price of has gone up. So are you seeing why, so more often than not, they tell you that it is at the prevailing market price when you are ready to pay. So if you are not ready to pay for development levy, more often than not, don't disturb the developer, right? Let them know when you are ready to pay or find out the price. That's one. Documentation fee, right? Land is not a phone that you buy and carry it away. Land stays where it is. It doesn't go anywhere. What you carry up and down is your documents. If you buy a car, you will pay for clearing fee if you clear it from the ports. When you finish clearing it, you're going to pay for vehicle license. You're going to pay for roadworthiness. You're going to pay for insurance, right? Now they're saying you should pay for tinted permits. If you don't know, go and pay for. If you have a tinted car, go and buy, go and pay for permits before they start harassing you from next month. So different kind of things, right? So that's the same thing that applies to land. Once you buy land, especially from an estate company, right? Factor in that you are buying out from an estate company, they are doing estate development, you will pay for development levy. Once that's a one-time payment. Estate dues is when you are started living in the company, in the estate. As a community, people can decide whatever you want to do, whether you want to be paying security people or not. You can leave your gate open. It's your business. But the development levy, we must develop that estate together. It's a community project. So let's stop thinking individualistic. Let's start thinking community. Do you understand? When you are buying estate, that's the difference between you buying from an Omonile. Omonile will not develop it. They won't show you. They won't give you road network. They will just tell you this is from year to year. That's where your land ended. It is bushy. Go and buy it and you start your own work by yourself. So you have to do most of those things for yourself. So this particular location is going for 35 million. You can buy outrightly. Choose how many acres you want. Then the payment plan is you can buy outright or 3 equal monthly payments at 21 million. Massive deal. I told you that land invest is massive. Or you deposit 5 million and you pay 2 million naira monthly for 10 months. That's 25 million. And if you cannot do that one, then you go for the normal price of 2.5 million for 40 months. That will give you 35 million naira. Either ways, by the time you are paying the 14th installment, the price is no longer for 35 million. I hope you know. So, either ways, all the payment plan that you see there is a good deal for every one of you. I think I've spoken enough. So if you are just joining for the very first time, I usually advise people never make a major financial decision without having financial information or speaking to your financial coach. So today we have given you financial information. I believe that is useful for you. I also advise people to become their own financial coach, right? It's very important that you are able to make sound financial decisions. One of the reasons why if you go to the animal kingdom is not developed is because they don't think now. They only have one thing in their mind: survival. You cannot be thinking like an animal if it's just survival that is with you. It means that your own world will not be developed. Forget the fact that the entire world is getting developed, is different from an animal kingdom. Your own personal space, if you continue thinking alone about survival, it's going to be, just imagine yourself like a lion in the zoo or in the bush running after prey. That's what you are doing if you don't plan financially, if you don't make solid financial decisions, right? And at each stage of everybody's life, each stage of your financial class, there are the major financial decisions you should make. If you are currently broke right now, one of the major financial decisions you should make is to be someone of value. It's not even to go and buy real estate. Someone of value. But another thing you can do is take advantage of a Landey zero. Right? So as you are locked down the mortgage, go and build yourself. Go and build yourself. Go and learn a skill. Go and start a business. Go and risk a trade. So that by the time you are doing that, you can also raise the money to pay for your mortgage while the land is there for you. So you don't have to be paying the inflated price in the next few years, right? But if you're currently making money small, one of the best things you can do for yourself is to invest wisely. Not to be wasting money. A lot of us come together to sponsor and to sponsor waste. We co-sponsor waste, but we never co-sponsor a business. We never co-sponsor a trade. We never co-sponsor an investment, right? Your people will call you now and they'll say, I need money for business. You will not provide, even though many of them waste money. But if they call you for money for bachelor's nights or bridal shower, you will show up. That's the kind of future we are building for ourselves. There's no bright future anywhere, right? I understand that. I know that my own future is bright, not because of prayer. It's not just because of prayer. Prayer is there, but not because of that alone. Also because of what you are building, right? If you don't go to school and you will not graduate as a BSc holder. If you don't go to school, you won't graduate as a BSc holder. If you don't plan financially, you will not be rich in the future. It's the same thing. So one of the best things for you to be doing for yourself is to be gathering real estate. If you buy one real estate asset every year for 10 years, imagine how you will be by 2035. One every year for 10 years. By that time, you can start your own real estate investment company, right? So when you are buying these things on this Landey portal, don't be thinking, do I like the location? Some of you are buying because you are in the next 5-10 years, you're going to retire from that career and start your own real estate business and start your own real estate company or your own investment company because of the asset that you have gotten. How do you think we started fund real estate? This is fund real estate now, which I will close with. Nigeria's first and only real estate negotiation software. We are giving collateral to people that fund. If you carry your cash now, 5 million to fund a project that we are currently building, we will give you land worth 5 million. Where is the land from? It's not what we have been buying for years. So you too can start your own. Today now we have rejected over 5 billion from cooperative members in 24 months, close to 24 months now, in just 2 years. And they say there's no money. Close to 5 billion. It's possible that some of them that we rejected there went to go and do CBEX. Oh, wow, that's even true. It's possible that some of them that we rejected there went to go and do CBEX because how the CBEX come and collect 1.3 trillion and people say there's no money, without collateral system, without giving you people any collateral. And the way they multiply was through referral. We know how to refer nonsense, but to refer things that will make us grow, we will not refer. So we need to start changing. And for those of us that have changed, you need to continue. Habit is not a one-off. It is easy to form, but difficult to let go. So you have created a habit of waste in the past. It will not leave you alone if you don't replace it with a habit of investment. So it has to be consistent. You bought one land last year, also continue this year. Buy another one next year. From one every year, change to one every 6 months. From there, one every 3 months. Your goal should be to beat your previous record, not to be envying somebody else's record outside. Beat your previous record, right? So buy locations, buy for the purpose of investment, not just for the purpose of I love the place. Some of you are saying money here now, you can get an acre with 5 million or 20 million or 10 million. You say it's super. Or okay, I pity you. Abuja is far from Lagos. Lagos is far from Abuja. Chicago is far from California. New York is far from Miami. The place you desire, all those places you desire, is somebody's village. Now, person village where they run from, say, now they desire. So let's build our own. Let's continue to make sure that we build our future through solid real estate investment. If you have any questions, your account officer is dedicated to you throughout this month. I've gotten a SIM. So I'm going to be an account officer very soon now. I've gotten a SIM card. I want to make sure that I try to call. We have well over 500 people who have registered officially for Landey. Unofficially, well over 1,000 people on the waiting list, right? So I'm going to try to next 2 weeks to call at least 200 of you guys with the dedicated office line for me for customer care. But please, that number after I call you, everybody will be off. Now me go to check on you. You cannot check on me. So I will call you on that number, right, to find out whether you have taken advantage of any opportunities. I just want to make sure that we drag as many people as possible so that by this time next year, you will say, I told you so. You say, thank you, Sam. Right? That's the only thing I will get. Akuku will not collect money from me. Right? The people that I bought my own land from today, they have collected their own money. I don't even know where they are. Right? I don't know where they are. That's the same way it will be for us. You might not even see me in the next 5 years, but you will always remember that I took advantage of this opportunity. So please, the portal is open. From tomorrow, we'll start getting to see pictures of the location. But please don't wait till be checking. If you see anyone that you like, quickly lock down, even if it's 0 naira, lock down. Because once it is sold out, once the number of slots we have, even if for 0, is so that we remove it from the portal. We don't want over subscription. I don't sell land that is not available. So if it is 10 plots, 10 plots, now we go sell. Not the other one where this company they do it, they will sell 200 plots for 50 plots where they get. The bubble will still burst, right? So if it's 10 plots we have, it's 10 plots we are selling. So hurry up and make sure that you lock down or tell your account officer of your financial plans. Let them know, right? Don't sleep on this opportunity. No other question. I think it's been a very good class, and thank you for being an attentive audience. Please, my portal is still showing old Respo product. What do I need to do? It will show now since you bought now. Let it leave it there. You bought old Respo products. That's to show it. That's to show it. Please, Sam, for some of us who are artisans, how can we get connected to those land they build in case they need our services? Oh, we already have our building team intact. But thank you for that. Is there any opportunity in Italy? Yes, so Ijebu Tele. I just approved that one today. And are you in my head? How do you know that? I just approved that today. In fact, should I show you? I will not show you yet. Let me stop sharing. It's gonna drop today. So yes, there's Ijebu Tele on the table. I hope that is what you're talking about. So you get it. You are Sam, so fantastic. Oh, every Sam things together. Oh wow, that's true. Please forgive me. After the meeting on Friday, I had to go and find food because that day I was so hungry. And Transcorp were asking me to pay some kind of money for food. I said, me, I be Lagos boy. Could they pay for what? But Moji, I've seen the account number now, so I'll do that immediately. Thomas Abba, I've made payments, but no official account. Don't worry, we are not running away. The office is 1B, Unit Tutorial Close, off Laria Local Road, Bagada Phase 2. So everybody has made payments, you get confirmation. Don't worry about that. There are a lot of people, right? And we have a whole month of Landey. So allow the account officers to work on more sales, but you'll be getting confirmation very soon. Is there any for Ogujo? No, we don't have for Ogujo. Good evening, sir. Please, when is deadline for the offer ends on the 31st of May. So if you are doing Landey 0, Landey build, it's ending 31st of May, and Landey vast 31st of May. Okay, I will explain the farm city very soon. The deadline for payment is May 31st. Oluwatobi Akintola, Feiza or Tofumi, kindly screenshot that person's name and find out who the account officer is and get back to him immediately. Good evening, Mr. Sam. Please, can I get the land for 1.5 million to 2 million in any part of Lagos? That's the documentation fee in Lagos, not land cost. You can't get anywhere in Lagos for land of 1.5 million to 2 million. Maybe you can get, check the portal for Ikorodu, for Agbowa Ikorodu, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. So go towards Ogun State, go towards Aton, Ifo, Ewekoro, right? Except you have a reason why you want to buy in Lagos for that price. If you don't see on the portal, go towards Ogun State, or maybe you can put out an ad that you're looking for distress sale. Anybody that has a land within 2 million, but make sure that it doesn't have court case. So, is there opportunity? I've answered that. Please, Sam. Okay, let my portal is showing. I don't know my account officer. Okay. Please, sir. The land in Agbado, not Ogun State, Landey vast. Is it fenced? What's the name of the estate? There are many. I can't remember everything. Please let me know the name of the estate. That's Mr. Thomas Abba. Okay, so, somebody gave me a location that has depreciated in value. I would like to know how much it was. Ayimbanki in Kaduna State. I don't know too much about the northern real estate market. I only know about Abuja, and maybe some part of Niger State and below. But anything above that, I don't even have a piece of land there. So, I don't know. You might be right. So, of course, definitely maybe due to the unrest or whatever it is that is happening in that location. But I don't think the depreciation will be that much. Please explain the single-digit interest rate for me. Say I buy a land of 1 million naira, for instance. Is it advisable to buy a land in far place? I reside in Lagos. Mr. Olusegun Moshaba, why are you buying? Why are you buying the land? Are you buying to build for you to stay inside? Are you buying so that you can use to retain your cash? That's land banking, right? So if the reason why you are buying is for you to build to stay inside, then you might want to buy where you want to live, right? But if your funds can't carry that, I rather you buy for investment purposes and retain your cash in land. Very, very smart. Okay. So please explain the single digit interest rate. Okay. So single digit interest rate means it is the interest rate is not double digits. A double digit starts from 10 and above. 10 is double digits. So it means the interest rate is single, that's 9 and below. So if you check the portal, there are some areas that is 5% for a year, 6% for 2 years, and as the case may be. Now, this is how the math is calculated. And let us follow very carefully. Single digit interest rate annually means that every year the interest rate will climb on top of the current year's capital. So the current year capital at year zero, for example, you are giving us is 1 million. After a year, when the interest rate climbs on it, the current year capital starting from year two will be from year two will now be 1 million. If the interest rate is 9%, 1 million plus 9% of 1 million is 90,000. That's 1,090,000. It means that what you are repaying back after a year is 1,090,000. If you don't pay back after a year 1,090,000, after 2 years, it will not be 9% of 1,090,000. Right? So whatever you get will not be the interest. You will now add it to 1,090,000. That will give you the current year capital for year 3 if you have not paid after year 2. Then you'll be doing your maths like that. So it is compounded like that. So 9% annually or 8% annually, as the case may be. What payment has been made is the interest based on the remaining sum. The interest is based on the cost of the land. The name of asset is Paradise Prime. Okay, let me get to see it. Let me find it. Let me find the estates. You said Paradise Farm Palm Crest. Okay, that's vast, Abby. Landey vast. Okay, I think that's what that gives you palm trees on it. Landey, but that's what I give you palm trees on it. So what's the question exactly, Seth? Let me even see what you're asking. Okay, this is the Ijere. I'm coming to this. I've seen the Ijere you asked me to explain. I'm coming to that. Okay, this is the palm crest. All right, so good. Yeah, Isaac, one day I've explained the Shimawa. I'll go and check the portal. I just told you where Shimawa is. Shimawa is one of the last products that I've just uploaded. So Mr. Thomas Abba is asking if the estate, no, the one in Palm Crest is not fenced. It's a farm estate. It's not yet fenced. It's not fenced around. The fencing is currently being done. You will see pictures very soon. So the fencing is still at maybe four coaches around. It's a very massive estate. So to fence it around is going to cost a lot of money, right? So they are doing it gradually. So right now it's not fully fenced around, but they have started the fencing. It's like four coaches now, and the work is still currently being done. That's one of the reasons why they are making sales too, so that they can put monies in it. Usually before you don't need to fence a farm estate, but for security reasons, even though they are in the southwest, that's why you can see that there's no farm estate in the north here. I remember several years ago, I told the particular lady that was doing all those farm investments I used to read then that she should stop. She did not hear me. Yeah? Anyhow, today she has paid school fees for what she did not hear. Paradise Farms by Palm Crest. So you can buy 3,000 square meter. That's 6 plots of 600 square meter. That's 1 acre. Or you can buy 1 hectare. Right? And if you check the view property, please always view property. What you are seeing here is just a summary. There are some deals inside there that you might miss if you don't view it. For example, now this one gives you 60 plus palm trees on your land. And if you know anything about palm trees, you know that you are going to be swimming in money in a few years' time once all those trees are there. So there's Farm City Ijere that somebody asked me to explain. So you can see that this is Paradise Farm City Ijere, Obafemi Owode, Ogun State, and it's 3,000 square meter. Now, one thing about this location is that it's a location that is under Ogun State mixed use. So some people are doing farming, some people are doing residential in that location. And that's very, very smart. Very soon, maybe it's going to be fully commercial. I don't know. Right. But currently, right now, Obafemi Owode, you can do both. So if you want to buy an acre, 3,000 square meter is 5 million. If you are buying outright or 2 equal monthly payment, that's 2.5, 2.5 in 2 months. Or if you cannot do that, pay 1 million naira monthly for 6 months. And that's a deal for you. So I hope I explained that Ijere is in Obafemi Owode. Obafemi Owode is once you get to Shagamu interchange, just go left. You will see Nesu. Many of you know Nesu factory. You know the gateway sign. They just be going straight down. That's where Obafemi Owode is, right? It's not far from the Shagamu interchange at all. Okay, so I've explained that particular one. Next question. Some of the land, the development levy and documentation fee are not yet included. Hope it won't be on the high side after payment. Well, please note that everybody knows that land is a responsibility. I cannot assure you whether it will not be too high, but it will never be higher than your land cost. Documentation varies per state. For example, now, Lagos State's very expensive to do documentation, especially now that they don't have too much land again, right? The land areas in Lagos is not that plenty, and they have now changed our survey plan. So in Lagos now we have 5 zones, no longer 3 zones, right? Because they want to chop money. So there's 5 zones. There's zone A to zone E, right? So the reason why some of those locations are not, they didn't put, I've explained, so that we don't put a price there, and when you are ready to pay, it has increased in value, right? So just when you are once you are done with the land cost, ask your account officer to find out the current cost of the documentation fee and development levy. That's when you are done paying for land cost, right? So that's very smart. So just pay for your land costs. If you see the documentation fee now, if you can afford it, pay for it. If you can afford it, start saving for it. Right? That's why I told you that if you have a project, you will not be wasting money. Right? So if you have a land project, if you have a housing project, you'll be planning towards it. It's like you are nurturing a child. It's more responsibility than a child, if you don't know. Well, I never born before, so I don't know me, John. But I think it is, right? Maybe it is not, I don't know. But land is not a joke. Okay, next question. Okay, I can buy land anywhere in Nigeria for investment. Yes, now. Yes, now. I didn't buy land in Ogbomoso in 2018. So because I want to go and live in Ogbomoso now. I bought land there because of investment purposes. I bought land there 20 something, maybe 250,000 naira for 2 plots or so. Right. Today now, maybe 1 plot there is going for maybe 750 or 850. I really don't know the price right now in that particular location. Right. So I'm just waiting. Right. Very soon now, if they build another university along that axis, I open and hosted there. You know, the land I bought in OAE in Ife, that's my first ever land. Right. 50,000 almost. I paid 50,000. It was 120,000 naira. My friend paid 70,000. Right. Later on, after like 3 years, we graduated, I bought off his interest. Today, I have an hostel there. Right. So you don't have to see, many of us go and look out for list of all the private university, all the public university, all the polytechnic, college of education that we have in Nigeria, and go and start buying land close to them. You don't have to buy Lagos. Right? Ede Poly is there, Ede. You can go to Ede and go and buy land very close to the poly. You know, just be an investment conscious person. So you don't have to buy the place that you like. Or people that buy places that like is, does Dangote like Eweko? Why is he going to go and put a cement factory there? I mean, so Ibejuleki too. What was in Ibejuleki before he did the refinery? Nothing. They were putting refugees in Ibejuleki some years ago, right? So please, Mr. Sam, apart from Ibefu, Ekpe Ikorodu, is there any other location on land invest around Ibejuleki Expressway? Let us go there ourselves. So let us go there. Land invest around Ibejuleki Ekpe Expressway. Yes, I think I saw. So this Alagbado, Mowe Town, Aton, no. Are you seeing Ibejuleki here, my brother? 3,000 square meter. You see 288 million. So if you have the money, quickly go and buy you. Right. So this is Green Paradise by Greenland is close to the new international airport. A plot there is going for over 40 something million, 50 something million. So obviously an acre will be times 6 of that. It is CFO and all payments is all inclusive. So please, Another question I need to answer here. Documentation fee. When you see documentation fee, for example, now if you see payment plan, they say the payment is land cost plus deed. It means that part of the document has been covered in the land cost. The other part of the document is survey, which is the most important document you're going to get, because that's what you use to process whatever you want to process in CFO, right? So documentation fee is usually survey and deed. The estate that has a CFO, the general estate has a CFO. So there might be a global CFO to cover the entire estate. So they can have a photocopy transferred to you. But you yourself, your individual plots, if you want to do your individual plot CFO, what you will need is the survey, the deed, and the receipts that you have bought the property, which is what the documentation fee covers. It does not cover your own individual plot CFO. Individual plot CFO is the individual client's responsibility, right? But the basic documents that you are going to use to process any CFO anywhere is you require your survey. Very important. That should be a registered survey. Once you are registered, you can now start processing. So I've taught land titles before. Please note that CFO is not the best title in Nigeria. Let that virus move from our head. But it's just that there are many other, there are pros and cons, right? CFO is a leasehold title. It expires every 99 years. So if you are buying land that has CFO that already has a 79-year run on the CFO, you have only 20 more years to go, which means you will still do the CFO back again at the prevailing market price of the land by the time you are ready. So we have a lot of people whose fathers have willed their children assets of 1 billion, maybe land of 1 billion, but the CFO has 10 years ago or 5 years ago, and the children don't have any money to renew to process the next one. So let's understand some of these particular things. So that's the Bejulek. Let's see if there's more. I think there's one more in the Bejuleki. I saw one. Okay, maybe it has not been uploaded, but one more will still be uploaded in that axis. One more will still be uploaded in that axis, I think. Or was it uploaded on that 0? Was one Ibejuleki. So the man looking for Shimawa, this is Shimawa here. You can see Shimawa, your Paradise Frontiers, that's beyond the Makun City in Shimawa, Ayoto Road. There's one more Ibejuleki that is around, but that will be uploaded. So just check back tomorrow. But that's the first one. There's another one too in Ibejuleki. So there are two parts of Ibejuleki. If you want to know Ibejuleki very well, there's the Eleko Coastal Road parts. That's the one that takes you to the Dangote refinery, the Lekki Free Trade Zone, the deep sea ports. A plot of land in the coastal road is over 60 million, 70 million. So if you want to do a plot of land that has CFO, I don't mean a plot of trouble land, because one of you are just buying trouble land that location. In a few years I will know, right? So if you do 6 plots of that, that's like 360 million, 400 million, right? So you just know that is already out of reach. Then there are some that are inside, right, close to the coast of Guinea, or Dahomey and all those locations. You can be seeing them for 5 million per plot. If you buy an acre, 30 million, but they are inside. Then there's the other side of Ibejuleki. You will not enter inside Eleko. You'll be going straight for that Eleko Joshua, going straight. Like that's the new international airport road. It takes you to Ekpe axis. That's another part of Ibejuleki. So the USP of that one is they usually put new international airports. So that means you're not going towards the coastal road. That one is a bit still cheaper now. That's going for, I think a plot is going for 40-something million now. 300 something, I think 25 million thereabout. So you can buy 6 plots of that and keep. Once the airport is done, you are in big money. You are in big money, right? It's not a proposed airport. His work is going on. So it's not taste by moonlight, right? And there's also the coastal road. Those of you that have been abusing the coastal road, we started abusing it, but if you have a property there now, you will keep quiet because it is expanding and it is increasing your property value. So do whatever you want with those information. So, for people that want to refer, I'm coming. I'm so sorry. I'll get back to that. Okay, so no other question. So if you want to refer people, this is what you do.